Yeah, there's not many teams have won here in the last 10 years in Europe, and we've done it. And I really like the team, especially the first 60, 65 minutes, because we played the game, we won it. After going 2-0, we should have scored a third one, and we had openings to score it. We didn't, and in one corner, first action that they had something, they scored. And from there, they have the experience, they have a lot of presence, and they have as well a lot of belief that they can get in the game, and we suffer.
Yeah, I think we have to know how to play this kind of games. We knew that if straight away when they scored, the crowd would cheer their own. And yeah, I think we did well to be patient with the ball, and we did our best to defend our box. And yeah, as I said, we deserved the win. I think.
I want to ask you about the hamstring. I saw you make the initial point to the bench to say that you wanted to be removed from the game. As Mikel Arteta alluded to, that's not really in your character. So how serious is the hamstring injury now you've had it assessed and just
like Mr. says, if if he don't change me, obviously to on his mind and tactical, I only get changed when it's something. I felt something, and then well, let's see. I did some tests with the physio. Looks not that big, but let's see. I have a scan next day. I don't know when, maybe tomorrow after. Let's see how is it. But I'm pretty sure he'll be nothing.
We did, by the way, not only me, but we did. We talked about it earlier. We were wondering where Declan Rice was going to play, and it was pretty easy to see that on the ball when they were low, as you're going to see here on the screen, this is Declan Rice. They were always trying to free him in the build-up to try to find. I know it's weird, but this is Tomiyasu. You would have liked maybe to think that it would have been the opposite, since it's Gistenko that does it, but they didn't want Tomiyasu on the ball. They were trying to find this guy behind Dodi Lukebakio, which they did. So he had a kind of a weird role. Because he was built, and you will see after, high to press. But we talk about the offensive balance. You can see here, you have your 2-3-5 with Ben White on the side and the two holding. On the other side, Jorginho, Declan Rice. But something very interesting here. Bukayo Saka, because it's pretty rare, Ben White went, he has to stay now. He has to keep the shape of that offensive balance that actually Sevilla didn't do well. As you're going to see here, same. Shape is there. You have your two at the back. You're free because Ben White is high, and you have the five, as we all know, up front. But I want you to stay with Bukayo Saka. It keeps the structure of the team. Odegaard comes, he will never go high. He will only go high if they switch, as you're going to see at the bottom of the screen. Ben White come back. Now, this is our guy now, different. Off the ball. He plays as a 10. Why? Because he's going to have an eye on their holding midfielder. They wanted to side of the Ramos has it. Goes on Sumare. Odegaard goes. Now you can see. I'm going to pause. That's the job of Jorginho. And that's the job of Declan Rice, to make sure that those two guys are not going to get the ball inside. So obviously, he's going to become a bit predictable. They're not going to play inside. You don't want anyone to play inside your team. Ball's going to go back. We could have left it longer.
So you look at Declan Rice here.
Yeah.
You talk about some pressing.
Yeah.
The midfield player.
Yeah.
So basically, he's the highest. He's the centre forward there.
Yeah.
If you forget he's Declan Rice, he's the centre forward. So when you actually think of being a complete midfield player, in terms of pressing, he's the highest player to the press, and he's the deepest player. In terms of the highest player to the press, and he's the deepest player to build.
Exactly. I think that's why Mikel Arteta went to get him, because he can do so much for you in terms of off the ball and on the ball, as we saw before. But there's something very important that we're going to see. Obviously, that we're going to let it roll because nothing happened from that. We wanted just to show you how it happens. So this is Arsenal now, losing the ball. Obviously, because we mentioned it before, this is Declan Rice. Okay, now this is Tomiyasu. We had the discussion off air. At that particular moment, I wouldn't mind, maybe you guys will dispute that, if he's starting to come across because he can see the gap in between the two centre-back. But this is also something that they have with Arsenal, the offensive balance. Okay, they lost the ball. Look at Tomiyasu breaking his neck to make sure that he's going to cover this space. but it doesn't matter what they need to do. And look, he doesn't touch the ball so much, but Necessary knows that he is here. And this is something, guys, you played at the back, right? Obviously. Mm-hmm. This is Sergio Ramos. I'm going to highlight him. There is a rule that I know. You defend the ball, right?
Yeah.
And you defend the goal. Nobody is offside from the halfway line. We all know that rule, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to try to anticipate a turn here, try to see if he can have an impact here, when all you need to do is to cover your goal first and foremost, because there is a run. And I know that's a lot for people to understand that, but this is what the centre-back thinks. First and foremost, you protect your goal.
Basically, the centre-half, he's trying to delay so your players can get back into position.
But he's trying to anticipate something that still didn't happen. He didn't push that ball yet.
He just needs to get involved. There's two players there anyway.
I agree with that. But it does slightly get carried away with looking at the ball instead of covering that run. Mm-hmm. Sorry. That run. My bad. Yeah. Okay? Well, we all know what happened. Then after, if it's a matter of race and run, you open your goal.
Can you take that back, please,
Yes,
Thierry?
go on.
So, listen, you're right. We're talking about Sergio Ramos and a player of his quality, reading of the game, probably should understand that. But am I okay to touch
it? Yeah, you can. You're allowed.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
So go back. You want to go back, Jamie?
Yeah, just go back.
Go back a little bit. And then you can...
I want you, Thierry, though, to talk to me about that here now.
Stop.
Jesus. I mean, he's going one way. He's got to change the direction. He leaves three defenders completely out of the game. He's alone from home in Europe.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. I mean,
that is outstanding. That is outstanding. And by luck, I stopped it in a very good moment. I'm gonna try to see. We won't say it. It's two arms. You see these two arms there?
Yeah.
So even if you come, you're gonna take this. So when you turn it between two players here, if you see it, exactly here. If you turn into those two players, he knows on the other side there is this man coming. Mm-hmm. That's brilliant number 9 play. Holding the ball, allowing your team to counter. Whoops. See you later. Even if you
quality of the pass.
That he knows his winger on the opposite side is there.
And then, as we know, he then goes on to get fantastic goal that wins the game for them. I just want to ask you, you're a man who's won the league with Arsenal. Is that man good enough for Arsenal to go on and win the Premier League or the Champions League?
I will be honest with you. I think, like for example, and it's a massive example and massive thing. I would have loved to play with him. He's a great guy to have around. Like, he would love to play with him. I'm sure you ask anyone that would love to play with him. Is he a guy that's going to score you 25, 30? I don't know. I would like to think so. But the goal that he scored tonight won the game. That pass won the game. And yes, earlier I was talking about the all-around play. But those two opportunities were magnificent. That's exactly how you should play. Now, is he going to be the best goal scorer ever in the history of the game? We all know that is not really him. But what he offers and what he does for a team is second to none. So now, if you move off his movement, and every now and then he can finish like he did tonight, or what he does sometimes in the league. But he offers so much sometimes that is so tired to finish. You know, you need to also be fresh in your head to be able to finish at time. The pressure, the holding, the passing, the finishing tonight was brilliant.
Okay, should we watch the rest of the game, the rest of the highlights?
Are you going to take us through?
Are you going to actually do anything tonight? Are you all right?
That's not my job.
I know, just look like anything's your job there. You're sitting there. Try and translate that. Come on.
What is that? What we're doing? That's what we're doing, is it? Right. No.
Just saying that.
There's a lot going on here.
We're doing something on the screen now.
You've caused chaos. What's happening? What are we doing?
We're following you. What are we doing?
You know what? Come on.
Thank you. You're inviting us back?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We got ourselves all queued up there about what camera angles we're going to have. We couldn't have.
It's about time these cameramen got a bit of attention. The way they put it over all these years.
What you're supposed to do is follow instruction, not start directing.
I got told to stay there, and then someone said to me, sit down. Who was that?
Yeah,
well, not Kate.
Who said it? Not me. Jesus, 2-0. We're going to move on from that. We're just going to forget it happened. 2-0. Very nice, by the way. I enjoyed that.
Thank you. Well, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Overlap. He gets the ball, and at that particular moment, you're like, okay, what is he going to do? I mean, he's going to cross it, and then the angle that he has here to finish it, I mean, wow.
Unbelievable.
It is just take a bow, son. I mean, what a finish that was. And you can see how people react when he scores. They're always happy about it, and he gives so much to the team. Can you say the name of that player, Micah?
Goodels. Mm-hmm. Very good. My friend called Badel, so I know how to pronounce it. But they got to go back, but it wasn't enough in the end, was it?
That's the one I'm talking about. Look at that 6-3-1.
But this is a save, Thierry.
I mean, is it a save?
Oh. I mean, what a lucky man.
I was just like,
a lucky man.
I'd stop breathing for a little while. Like, that's how it was in the last 5 to 6 minutes, which I can understand away from home. We talked about it off air. It's a tough place to go and win or play Sevilla. I just saw that at times we were inviting too many crosses, and when I saw Raya coming to save that,